tried this microphone this morning. It was good.
Is it off?
Can we get a better one? Recognize the other ones that are yes.
Your Excellency, you're welcome. The governor of the good people of Kogi State. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, may I also specially welcome my Lord Honorable Justice Amina Ogi, Justice of the Supreme Court. You're welcome, my Lord. I also specially welcome my Lord Honorable Justice M.L. Garuba, Justice of the Supreme Court. Thank you very much. I know that we have my Lords Justices of the Supreme Court here in their numbers. We also have from the Court of Appeal, and we want to also specially appreciate other judges of other courts, particularly judges from the states who have also come to specially celebrate a good man, a great man. Let me particularly pick out my Lord Honorable Justice U.M. Abba, Justice of the Supreme Court. My Lord, you're welcome. Thank you very much. We also want to specially appreciate Thank you very much. At this point, let me once again specially recognize the man who's respected both at home and abroad, the leader of the New Direction government in Kogi State, the one who is popularly referred to as the White Lion, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Yahaya Bello, the Executive Governor of Kogi State. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. And I know he doesn't travel alone. Anywhere he goes, very powerful people in the state follow him. And one of them, of course, is the Chief of Staff to the Executive Governor, that's Pharmacist Alhaji Muhammad Jamiu Asuku. You're welcome. Please put your hands together for him. We have also the Attorney General and Honorable Commissioner of Justice for Kogi State, Muhammad Sani, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate this great entourage from Kogi. It does not only undermine the fact that this man is loved and respected, but it also shows the appreciation of the Kogi State Governor, both for the judiciary and for books. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We have also with us the representative of His Royal Highness, the Emir of Lokoja, is represented here today by Barrister Nasiru Ahmed MK. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. May I also specially appreciate, my Lord, Honorable Justice J.I. Okoro, Justice of the Supreme Court. You're welcome, my Lord. Also, want to specially appreciate, my Lord, Ubaka E. Uzo of the Court of Appeal, Akure Division. You're welcome, my Lord. Let me particularly appreciate the man who will help us put this program into perspective. One man who from a very young age started business successfully, and for many, many years, he has not only been a very successful businessman, he has raised other very successful people in the art of doing business. He has gone into nearly every business and he has succeeded in it. And right now, he has come into an area that was failing, and that's talking about airline business, and is beginning to show other people how it is done. He's the chairman of Max Airline. He's the chairman of today's occasion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's especially appreciate Alhaji Dahiru Mangal. Please put your hands together for him. You're welcome. We also want to appeal to us to please get seated as we are beginning we want to commence properly, and it's important that you look for a place to be very comfortable. We want to specially appreciate the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice for Cross River State. We also have the Attorney General from Kogi State. We want to also specially appreciate the one who will do for us the honors of doing welcome later on. That's talking about a professor of law, Professor Akinseye George, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you. May I also specially appreciate, my Lord, Honorable Justice Mariam Sabo, MNI of the High Court. We also want to specially appreciate the representative of the administrator of the National Judicial Institute, Mr. Aka B. Joseph. You're welcome. We have also from the Kano State High Court, Justice Usman Naba. You're welcome. Thank you, my Lord, for the honor of taking the entire journey. We have also Honorable Justice Yusuf Ubali from the High Court in Kano State. You're welcome. Thank you very much for your presence. We want to specially also appreciate Honorable Justice Ibrahim Umar of the Kano State High Court. We have also with us here Dr. Olukayode Ajulo is a legal practitioner. Thank you very much for the honor. We also want to specially welcome Dr. Musa Aliu, the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice for Jigawa State. You're welcome. Let me especially welcome, my Lord, Honorable Justice Umar Abdullahi former president of the Court of Appeal. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much, my lord. We appreciate you. We have with us also the Vice Chancellor, Kogi State University, Aingba, from Kogi State, Professor Mrs. Moriatu Tunche. And she's here with a few other people from the university. That is to tell you that they are ready to take this book for the school. What better leadership can you get than that from the governor of Kogi State? He brought the Commissioner of Justice so that he can properly appreciate the book. Let me especially welcome my Lord Honorable Justice Olufun Lola Dekeye, retired Justice of the Supreme Court. You're welcome, my Lord. Thank you. The Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice for Delta State, my Lord. The Attorney General and Honorable Commissioner of Justice for Delta State is also with us. You're welcome. We want to once again appeal to us to get seated. In a few minutes, we'll start. And I want to assure you that once we get started, before long, we will be done. We have a great entourage from Kano. The Chief Judge of Kano State is here. We have Honorable Justice Nura Sagir Umar. You're welcome, my Lord. We have also the Deputy Majority Leader, Kano State House of Assembly. Thank you very much. And Chairman, House Committee on Judiciary. Thank you. All from the Kano State House of Assembly. Thank you for your honor. This is a show of concern and love. This is to tell us that we are together. We have also specially appreciating Barrister Chris Oshomigie. You're welcome. We have also Mrs. Anuhi Aminat. Thank you very much, all the way from Kogi State, the bossa of the Kogi State University, Aingba. We have also Barrister Usman Sule, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you very much. We have also one who has worked for many years as a lawyer and a teacher of law, and now he's doing that, helping governments to succeed. He's a professor of law, Professor Maxwell M. Gidado, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. He's the Chief of Staff to the Governor of Adamawa State. You're welcome, sir. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you. He's, of course, our reviewer for today, and you will see how much he has taken time to read this book. We have also with us, my Lord, Honorable Justice Galadima, a retired Justice of the Supreme Court. You're welcome, my Lord. Thank you very much. We have also all the way from Kano, Bayero University, Kano, we have Mamman Lawal Yusufari. He's of the Faculty of Law. He's also going to be talking to us later on about the book. So let's appreciate them. Okay. So thank you very much. My Lords, Justices of the Supreme Court, my Lord Justice of the Court of Appeal, and I want to especially appreciate the judges of all the other courts. I want to especially also appreciate the Executive Governor of Kogi State and other members of the executive who are represented here. May I also especially appreciate members of the inner bar members of the Nigerian Bar Association, members of the Nigerian Academia, family members and friends, distinguished invited guests. We sincerely appreciate you for coming out, and I want to assure you that we're about to get started. May I especially appreciate a one-time Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mohammed Bello Adoke, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. May I also especially appreciate one who's a writer, who's also a teacher, who is calm and gentle with when he speaks, and some people have described him as gentle with the gentle and tough to the tough. Let me especially appreciate Didi Dodo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. You're welcome. The organizers have asked me to say generally that everyone on our list is a very important personality. That means we appreciate all of you. And as we go on, we will continue to do the recognitions. But in a few minutes, we must start this program so that we go on properly. We have also with us let me especially appreciate the most hospitable people in Nigeria. They are from Katsina. But while we do that, I want to specially invite and welcome our chief launcher and special guest for today, His Excellency Chief Nyesom Wike, the Executive Governor of Rivers State. Please put your hands together for him. You're welcome. Your Excellency, thank you very much for agreeing to come. We know you have a busy schedule. The government house in Rivers State has been turned to some sorts of mecca by politicians. But you still find time to come for this event. This is how seriously you take us. Let me especially thank the most hospitable people in Nigeria. If you have never visited Katsina, then you have not visited a hospitable place. And that is why I have the honor to also specially appreciate one man who's also gentle. As a lawyer, he was calm. And as a judge, he was calmer. He gave me my first 100,000 as a student in Katsina. Let me especially welcome the Chief Judge of Katsina State. Let me especially appreciate my Lord, Honorable Justice Musa Ladi Abubakar. You're welcome, my Lord. Please put your hands together especially for him. He's here with 3 other judges. Thank you very much. We have also with us the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice for Katsina State here with us. Thank you very much. We especially appreciate we have Air Vice Marshal Nashew Hassan Fadi, and we have Alhaji M.I. Yahya. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you. opening prayer, we'll take second stanza. What do you think? Who will do the prayer, opening prayer? Opening prayer. Who will do it? So get somebody. That's the next thing. That's the Muslim. Let's tell them to give the national. Who's taking the lead? That's what. It's good to have a name. Yes, Aboki. Who do you call now for prayer? You can't pray. It's not in the state of grace. It's not in the state of grace. Honorable Justice Mariam Sabo.
Will you start and ignore them telling you to be introducing people? Start.
Honorable Justice Mariam Sabo for the opening prayer, sir. Opening prayer.
Aho.
High Court of. High Court where?
Kano State. Which state?
High Court, Kano State.
Yes, I know.
All right, please start.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we want to specially welcome us. And as we get started, I want to crave your indulgence that we be on our feet to honor Nigeria as we officially take the national anthem to commence proceedings this morning. Can we be on our feet, therefore, as we honor Nigeria with the national anthem? While we are still standing, permit me to invite my Lord Honorable Justice Mariam Sabo of the Kano State High Court to lead us in the opening prayer. My Lord.
Thank you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم ملك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent, we are starting this event. May Allah make it successful and may Allah take everyone back to his destination. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You may please take your seats. Your Excellency, our chairman for today, very respected chairman of Max Airline, Alhaji Dairu Mangal. Your Excellencies, our special guest of honor, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, our guest of honor, the Executive Governor of Kogi State. My lords, spiritual and temporal, our royal father for today, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. Today we are gathered to celebrate a man and the beautiful knowledge he shares with us each time he delivers a judgment. Someone had said this is a retirement event, but when I asked him, he said, no, there are certain people in life who don't retire. And I said, can you share with me? He said, for instance, comrades don't retire, they join government. Golfers don't retire, they lose their drive. Musicians don't retire, they decompose. Accountants don't retire, they lose their balance. Bank managers don't retire, they lose interest. Teachers don't retire, they mark time. Academics don't retire, they lose their faculties. Directors change direction. Governors don't retire, they move to the Senate. So judges don't retire, they are only no longer judgmental. The last one is the most painful one, and I don't want to say it myself. And I said, why? He said, lawyers don't retire. I said, what do? He said, they only stop lying. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have one lawyer who I'll have to invite at this point. He has told me that it's very possible for lawyers to go to court wearing babariga. He's the president of the Center for Social Legal Studies. He's a very respected professor of law. He's a principal partner, Yemi Akinsheye George and Partners. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, for the opening and welcome address, let me welcome Professor Yemi Akinsheye George. Please put your hands together for him.
Thank you, Ben. My lords, the chairman of this occasion, Alhaji Dahiru Manga, the chief presenter, His Excellency Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, Governor of Rivers State, special guest of the occasion, His Excellency Governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yaya Bello, my Lord, the honoree of today and his wife, Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki, my Lord, Justices of the Supreme Court, serving and retired, my Lord, Justices of the Court of Appeal, heads of court, judges of the various high courts, learned senior advocates here present, and I'd like to specifically mention one of the most senior advocates here present, former Attorney General of the Federation, Bello Adoke, former Attorney General of the Federation, and our brother Didi Dodo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. I also like to especially mention Ahmed Raji, who is the backer, of this event. Ahmed Raji, we recognize you. Other senior lawyers here present, distinguished personalities, ladies and gentlemen. My task is very short and brief. Simply to remind us, because we all know why we are here, but my task is simply to remind us we have come to honor a man who has been described as an enigmatic personality, a legal and judicial colossus, an exemplary judicial officer of robust scholarly disposition, and yesterday was described as the recurring decimal in the annals of Nigerian judiciary because of his acute sense of fairness and equity, a jurist par excellence who demonstrates profound clarity and precision, as well as meticulousness and attention to details. Please join me in putting your hands together for Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki. He is the one we have all come here to honor. And speeches will be brief. All statements will be brief because today is Friday. And we have to quickly conclude this event so that we can go for prayers. So I will be proceeding to the next item on the agenda, and that's inviting the chairman for his opening remarks. Please, let's put our hands together and welcome Alhaji Dahiru Manga for his welcome remarks. I saw him earlier on. Okay. He's now represented, I think he had to step out. He's now represented by Shehu Wada. Please, let's put our hands together for the representative of the chairman.
Assalamu alaikum. I've been asked by Alajid Airumanga, the chairman of Marcia Industry and Marcia Limited, to represent him. He had to step out for emergency call. Your Excellencies, my lords, your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be here as part of this occasion. My Lord, Justice Abdu Aboki is a personal friend and a legal icon, worth of emulation. His contribution to legal jurisprudence in Nigeria and beyond cannot be underestimated. So I therefore welcome you all to this book launch. So I reserve the others after the chief launcher.
Please, let's put our hands together for him. Thank you. It is a celebration of success. Let me, at this point, specially recognize the one for whom we are here and his amiable wife, my Lord, Honorable Justice DJ Abdu Aboki, Judge of the High Court of Kano State. Please put your hands together, especially for her. It's not easy. Most of the time, when he's writing, she's also editing and telling him, this is what it is. That law has been repealed. Add this new one that has been added. If you go to Kano, there are a lot of things that happen in Kano. A long time ago, before the education in Kano got revamped to what it is now, I was teaching in Kano. I taught primary school. And one of the days I just was teaching maths and I told the boy 4 plus 4, he couldn't say it. So I followed him to his house and I was angry. And I met his father, and his father, what was wrong? I said, yes, this boy does not know 4 plus 4. So I said, we were about to interrogate him, but his sister was there, and she asked the father. She said something in Hausa. And she said, Baba, she told the father that if the boy doesn't know it, the father should tell him. We didn't know the father was deficient in mathematics. So the father looked at us and said, 4 plus 4, chicken bill, I there. Idamba potiba to potipo. And we left it at that. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, permit me to welcome, to tell us a little more about the man we are celebrating. The person I'm inviting is a leading senior advocate and is also the founder and principal at the Ahmed Raji & Co. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ahmed Raji, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, to tell us a little about the celebrant. Please put your hands together as he comes up. If you know him, he takes research. What he did for us was 20 pages, but we begged him to make it half a page. Please put your hands together for him.
Your Excellencies, where do I start from? Kogi or Rivers? Governor Nazim Wiki of River State, and our brother, Governor Bello of Kogi State. My lords, those retired but not tired, and we are proud and we are happy you are here. Particularly, Baba, Umaru Abdullahi, and Mama Adikeye. And Justice Galadima, we are very grateful to you. My Lord, the justices of the Supreme Court, my Lord, the justices of the Court of Appeal, my Lord, the judges of the High Court, especially Justice DJ Aboki, Royal Highness, the Megiri of Lokoja, ably represented, by Alhaji Nasr Ahmed, one of the high title chiefs in Lokoja. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished senior advocates, especially the former Attorney General, Alhaji Muhammadu Bello Adoke, Mr. Damian Dodo, you're all welcome here. Hassan Liman, and all the rest. Dr. Maxwell Gidado, the reviewer, Kainde Akinlolu, and of course, Professor Akinseye George. It's a brief one. And we have heard so much about him yesterday, both from others and from himself. I will just add a little. Justice Abdu Aboki, he has explained the reason to us why he's just Abdul and not Abdu joined with any other thing. That is one aspect I didn't know until yesterday. Well, we all claim to be of humble beginning, based off a noble background. And the nobility continues to radiate in his life in the way and manner he does his things over the past 30 years that I've known him. In the words of the Chief Justice yesterday, he said he is a pious man and very humble. And I'll just give you an instance. One day in my house, the late Olaiwola Kusamotu was on a visit. He's a brother to the late Dr. Ahmed Kusamotu. I'm talking about humility now. A testimony from somebody who's gone to the beyond. And he said he was trying to get some water in a bowl for something. I don't know whether my Lord will remember this. He quickly got up as a judge of the Court of Appeal to do it for the old man. And the man asked me, "Did you say it's the Court of Appeal judge?" I said, "Yes, it's the Court of Appeal judge." He said, "This is wonderful." He has never seen such a humble man in his life. And talking about piety, I'm just trying to elucidate on what the CGN said yesterday. We used to be in Saudi Arabia together in the past 30 years. And the late Marafan Sokoto, Umaru Shinkafi, we used to go and greet him in his room or apartment. We stayed in the same hotel, Elaf Kenda. And on one occasion, I went to see him. My Lord was not there. He said, "Where is my Lord?" The enthusiastic worshiper of God. It's late now, it's no more, but these are his words. And he said he has never seen somebody so passionate about his religion like my Lord. So his lordship, the CGN, gave a description yesterday. He didn't cite examples. So I'm supplementing it with examples. He is blessed with good children who are humble and steeped in culture. When I say steeped in culture, we know what we see nowadays, but the children are well behaved and steeped in culture. And on this, I want to thank my Lord Justice Dj Aboki for holding the home very tightly and for the good products and for the life my Lord lives and will continue to live. Because without a peaceful home, a man cannot or may not be able to achieve that. My Lord Justice Aboki has gone through the entire structure of the judiciary. He started in the ministry. He went through all the ranks. He became permanent secretary. He became chief registrar of the court. So he understands the nitty-gritty of the court system. And lo and behold, he got to the pinnacle of his career at the Supreme Court by becoming a Supreme Court Justice of Nigeria. Before I sign off because time is a bit not on our side. In his address yesterday, the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Aboki Malami, he made reference to a case decided by my Lord, which is a locus classicus. It's what I would call a case in the class of Blackburn cases in England by Lord Denning on the issue of locus standi. And what did Fawemi, the plaintiff in the case, what did he go for? He went for something of public interest. And his lordship laid a rule or made a kind of a rule or proposition that, look, we cannot expect the Attorney General, who is a political officer, to go and challenge the government he serves. Therefore, since Fawemi was a taxpayer and he had shown clearly that he had interest in a public matter of a public importance, so he had the necessary local standard. Therefore, creating a new opening when it comes to public law as far as local standard is concerned. And I think in the developing country, or developing countries like ours, or non-developing or stagnant countries like ours, whichever it is applicable, such a very progressive reasoning will assist us in a long way. My Lord, we thank you, and the Nigerian legal system holds you. And I hope in future, when the Supreme Court will have the opportunity to look at Fawemi and the Attorney General of the Federation, which the Attorney General himself has commended, I hope that he will not go there and oppose it, so that when it comes to local standard and in the area of public law, then the reasoning of my Lord should be the new thinking. But if it is purely private, yes, it's none of your business. But what concerns all of us concerns everybody, and therefore the locus should be granted, which is what he did. On this, I would like to sign off. Thank all of us for coming. 3 aspects of him: piety, humility, and his judicial activism. It's only on the judicial activism I've come to talk this morning. I only illustrated the 2 earlier ones with example. May it please my noble lords.
Please put your hands together some more. Thank you very much. I hear there's a large entourage from Rivers State. We want to specially appreciate permit me to say, Dr. Davison Abdu Jaja, King Jaja of Opobo, Chairman, Rivers State Council of the Traditional Rulers, is represented here today by Lawrence S. Oko Jaja Esquire. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In Rivers State, when you throw pepper at them, they turn it to pepper soup. Please put your hands together, they are here in their numbers. It's not easy. A young lawyer once went to court in Rivers and he told the judge, he said, my lord, my client here has agreed that is the one that stole the goat. He added and said, but my lord, if you see the pepper soup he made with this goat, you will temper justice with mercy. I want to invite one man who works hard at writing and teaching. He's an author of 6 books and over 100 articles in reputable national and international journals. He's a former senior special assistant on legal and constitutional matters to both former President Obasanjo and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. He's a former dean, Faculty of Law, Nasarawa State University. He's a former Attorney General, Adamawa State. He's also the current Chief of Staff to the Governor of Adamawa State. Let's specially welcome for the book review, Professor Maxwell Gidadu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Thank you. The chairman of this occasion, Alhaji Ahiru Mangal, ably represented. Your Excellencies, the executive governors of Rivers and Kogi states, my lords, retired, spiritual, and temporal, the distinguished honoree and the celebrant of today, the Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki and his amiable wife, my learned brother Silks here present, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. For paucity of time, the book I am invited to review is a 969-page book. But don't panic. I have done a panoramic view of the book and have just paraphrased it into 6 pages. And even at that 6 pages, I would do justice to it by paraphrasing the 6 pages so that we can all prepare for the prayers. It gives me immense pleasure to review this book, which is a compendium of selected leading judgments delivered by my Lord, the Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki, CON, JSC, as he then was, at the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court, respectively, between 2006 and 2022. The compendium is a clear testimony to the industry, dedication to duty, and commitment of the author during his years on the bench as the Justice of the Court of Appeal and later as the Justice of the Supreme Court. Earlier, in his younger years in the profession, his lordship had laid a solid foundation, not only as an astute state counsel and a public prosecutor, but also as a no-nonsense judicial officer on the bench of the High Court. The book is dedicated to the cause of advancement of administration of justice, rule of law, and democracy in Nigeria. The nation in general and the general profession in particular must be proud of the achievements of this eminent jurist whom we are all gathered here to celebrate. The foreword to the compendium is written by the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Olukayode Ariwola, who aptly notes that, I quote, "The judgments are very rich and the authoritative sources of the principles of Nigerian law and practice," unquote. The biography of the author is at pages Roman figure 8 to 12. This shows the trajectory of the author's illustrious career on the bench from his first appointment in 1987 to his elevation to the Court of Appeal in 2006 and the Apex Court in 2020. The compendium presents in a ready-friendly format a total of 60 leading judgments of the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal, ably written and delivered by the author. It exhibits at pages 19 a list of 132 other leading judgments delivered by the author, which are not included in this volume, but due to constraints of time and space. It is hoped that the publishers will produce more volumes of His Lordship's leading judgments in order to provide a fuller picture of his contributions to the development of Nigerian law as an appellate justice. The 60 cases contained in this volume are divided into 15 parts. Namely, there are aspects on the constitutional law, criminal law, law of evidence, practice and procedure, fundamental human rights, civil procedure, down to the land law, making the 15th. Being leading judgments of the highest appellate courts in the country, the judgments constitute binding precedents on the matters covered. Each case begins with a clear identification of the key principles decided. This whets the appetite of the reader by providing foreknowledge of the contents of each judgment. It is important to note that most of my Lord's Court of Appeal decisions were never appealed to the Supreme Court, while those appealed were mostly upheld. In 2 cases, the editors included excerpts from dissenting opinions of other justices. However, in 58 of the 60 judgments, in the 969 pages included in this compendium, Other justices of the courts concurred with his lordship's leading judgments. Therefore, the compendium is highly recommended for judges, legal practitioners, law students, and other researchers who continually seek proper elucidation of the principles of law. The compendium is loaded with treasures of legal principles and judicial wisdom, which provide authoritative guidance to both lawyers and litigants. It suffices to refer to a few of these cases. I'll just speak about, there are about 10, but that I decided I would dissect. But let me just speak about 3 out of them for paucity of time. In Okeke versus Uwachina, the author makes clear that a court has a duty to hear all applications pending before it, whether they are frivolous or even an outright abuse of the process of court. Explaining the logic behind this principle, his lordship stated that it is only by hearing them that the court can decide whether they are frivolous or not. This reminds one of the famous quote of Justice Kayode Esho, JSC of blessed memory, that judges are paid to listen to both sense and nonsense. Case number 2, House of Representatives and Others versus SPDC, Nigeria Limited, and another. His lordship declared that the National Assembly's power of investigation cannot be extended to matters over which the Assembly has no legislative competence. Therefore, the issue at hand being on the siting of waste management facility on a land in Rivers State and was beyond the legislative and investigative competence of the National Assembly. Last case I'll take is in the case of the Central Bank of Nigeria versus the Registered Trustees of the Nigerian Bar Association and Attorney General of the Federation, 2021. His lordship upheld the decision of the Trial Federal High Court to the effect that the provisions of Section 5 of the Money Laundering Provision Act 2011 do not apply to legal practitioners on the ground of being unconstitutional, ultra vires the National Assembly, and therefore void. To him, the Special Control Unit on Money Laundering cannot override or take precedence over the statutory and constitutional bodies, including the Supreme Court of Nigeria, which are charged with the responsibility of regulating the legal profession as well as disciplining erring lawyers. These and other matters dealt with can easily be assessed by using the index provided at the end of the compendium. Certainly, the compendium under review is a powerful resource on Nigerian law and practice. It will be very useful to judges, legal practitioners, lecturers, law students, and even non-lawyers who want to understand how the law works. I recommend it to you all. In conclusion, I congratulate the author, Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki, JSC, retired, CON, on the successful completion of his meritorious judicial career. I salute my learned brother, Silt, the publishers of the Center for Socio-Legal Studies, led by him, Professor Yemi Akinshe George, SAN, for deeming it fit to embark on this publication. Our judges will be happier and better encouraged when their work is appreciated and celebrated in their lifetime, like in this very case. Thank you all for listening, and God bless us all.
A proper round of applause, please, for him. Thank you. We're talking about a professor of law who still goes to the classrooms. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, he had invited me once to talk to his students and to teach them English 101. And I went there to just teach creative writing. But I was disturbed because I didn't feel like writing. I just said, look, just assume that you are in a war situation and just write a short story from your war experience. I noticed everybody was writing except one boy. So I went to him and said, look, I told you to assume that you are in a war situation and write a short story from your war experience. So the boy just looked at me and said, "Sir, I died as soon as the war started." So there's no story for you today. Let me especially welcome the representative of the FCT Minister, our landlord, is represented here today by the General Counsel and Mandate Secretary of the FCT, Mohammed B. Umar. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you, sir. You know, Professor Maxwell spoke about one book, but there is another book, and that's talking about the legal paradigm in Nigeria. And then we also have another professor of law who will be talking to us very briefly about it. He has been on the board as chairman of the university committee. He has also been former dean of the law faculty. He was head of department between 2012 and 2015, and he held various other positions in the faculty, such as admissions officer, level coordinator, and faculty examination officer. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, from the Faculty of Law, Bayero University, Kano, let's welcome Professor Mamman Lawal Yusufari, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Please put your hands together for him.
Thank you, sir. The chairman of this event, Justices of the Supreme Court here present, Justices of the Court of Appeal, Judges of the High Courts, Qadis of the Sharia Court of Appeal, Judges of the Customary Court of Appeal, learned senior advocates of Nigeria here present, Excellencies here present, Royal Highnesses, the former Attorney General of the Federation, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's my honor and privilege to be invited to do a short review of a book edited by my brother, Professor Mansur Ibrahim Said of the Faculty of Law, Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, along with a colleague of ours, a brother also, Dr. Kabir Garba Muhammad. The book is entitled Legal Paradigm in Nigeria, A New Direction in the Study of Law and Practice. This is a collection of chapters written by authors from different places in the country, but mainly from Sokoto, Ilorin, and Maiduguri. It's a book of 28 chapters, very voluminous, and is divided into 7 parts. There is no central theme running through the book, and it's understandable because it is a collection of chapters. But the editors have done well in categorizing the chapters, putting them into parts. Because of lack of time, I will just go through the parts, identifying some key chapters under the parts. Under part 1, we have 10 chapters, 1 to 10. And the theme or the main topic is law and administration of justice. The first chapter was contributed by the two editors, Professor Mansur Ibrahim Said and Dr. Kabir Garba Muhammad. And he's talking about the role of a Muslim lawyer in a multi-religious and multi-ethnic country like Nigeria. What is expected of a Muslim lawyer? The authors state that a lawyer ordinarily has a very mighty role to play in the society. He is a minister in the temple of justice, and he is to ensure that justice is done at all times, even if it is against his own personal interests. However, a Muslim lawyer has a higher responsibility, has a higher role, because of additional responsibility imposed by the Islamic injunctions. Therefore, apart from observing and adherence to the rules of professional conduct, a Muslim lawyer is expected to imbibe the virtues of piety, morality, modesty, etc. And an important message in this chapter is that, unlike what some people think, lawyering is not only permissible in Islam, it is something that is indispensable. It is necessary to have lawyers in the society to ensure that justice is done, to protect the less privileged ones. So this is a very important message. Moving forward, there are two important chapters talking about the role of the judiciary in the society. And since we are celebrating a legal icon, Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki, JSC retired, and we have a very good representation of the judiciary here in Nigeria, I think these two chapters are very, very important. They talk about the role of the judiciary in the dispensation of justice in the country. Justice is an essential commodity, and it must be dispensed at all costs. And justice is a commodity required by the high and by the low. It's not only a commodity required by the lowly persons. Even the rich ones, the powerful ones, they need justice. So judicial powers are vested in the courts by the Constitution, and the courts are expected to do justice, no matter whose ox is God. Because of this important role of the judges, they are expected to be highly responsible. They should be people of integrity. They should have honest minds, sincere minds. Excuse me. They must be committed to their duty. And they must be fearless. And as we have heard since from yesterday, these are all qualities that, thank God, our celebrant has abundantly. And we are also proud to say that these qualities are found abundantly in our Nigerian judges. Nigeria has a selection of judges that are of highest distinction in Africa and the world at large. So this is something of pride to all of us. Now, one of the contributors said, we have a model for justice dispensation in the Sokoto Caliphate. And therefore, he is urging the Nigerian courts and the Nigerian governments to learn from the Sokoto Caliphate the strategies for dispensation of justice so that we can have peace, security, and development in the country. Part 2 deals with Islamic law. All the chapters in this part are purely on Islamic law. And you can have also in other parts chapters that are dealing with Islamic law, and this is, I think, understandable because of the orientation of the different authors coming from Islamic law jurisdictions in the country. But what interests me most under this part is a chapter contributed by a lady from Ilorin, talking about the contours and limits of end-of-life care under Islamic law. To what extent can we go to prolong the life of a dying person physiologically without actually having some cognitive functioning? This is an enigma, it's a problem, because you have advances in medicine and technology, and you have provisions under Islamic law that are actually welcoming these advances, but the advances are coming within a context that is non-Islamic. So how do you balance? To what extent can you go to prolong? Okay. I'm being warned that I have few minutes. So to what extent can we go in prolonging the life of a dying person who cannot actually do the act of worship as commanded in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Now, part 3 deals with corporate law and practice, and there is also a chapter written by the editors talking about the limited liability partnership. How can you have limited liability partnership with perpetual succession while it is not a corporate entity like a limited liability company? There is need to amend the law to achieve that. Part 4, this was law and ICT. It is talking about, for instance, can a child born through assisted reproductive technology inherit his parents? These are all issues under Islamic law that are debatable. And the chapters have gone through these debates and given us some recommendations. Part 5 deals with evidence and procedure. It's talking about admissibility of expert evidence under Islamic law, whether it is permissible or not. The answer is yes, but to certain limits. Only perhaps in civil cases and in criminal cases, excluding hudud offenses. And there is also a chapter dealing with the innovations in the Evidence Act 2011, the plus and minus. What are the gains? What are the losses in this very big reform that took place in 2011? Part 6 talks about criminal law and criminology, and it is having a chapter that is very interesting, talking about the connection between social deprivation, social disadvantage, and criminality. Can we say that those who are committing crimes are socially disadvantaged? Scholars tend to say yes, but you can find people from affluent families who are also criminals. So how can you answer this question? The last part deals with commercial law and business law, and there are only 2 articles under this chapter talking about the imperatives of production and market forces in Islamic commercial law and legality of hybrid contract under Islamic law. Now, as a whole, I can say that this is a book that is very rich. It has very important areas of the law that are addressed. Some of them are very novel. I therefore strongly recommend that you get this book, put it in your shelf, and not just leave it to dust there, but read it from cover to cover. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for him. We appreciate them for this work. We want to specially welcome Barrister Ali Ibrahim, former Chief Registrar for the Court of Appeal. You're welcome. Thank you. I'll also want to specially appreciate and welcome the President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Y.C. Mekiao, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who is represented here today by Abdu Mohammed, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. You're welcome. Thank you very much. The next item, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, is the unveiling of the book. And who better will lead this team than one who has brought people from all over the country to his state to help us to help us clearly unveil and commission projects in the states. He has projects in all parts of the states, all sectors. He has revolutionized the health sector. He has transformed agriculture. He has bolstered education. He has created flyover everywhere, and is using them to fly over enemies. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, he came down from the government house to personally work on the judiciary. So the point that some people were saying, you love the judiciary too much. And he told them, no. We have spent money in other places, but the judiciary needs to be properly taken care of. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him the designer governor. Not because of what he wears, but because of the way he does governance, both to friends and to foes. Let me therefore welcome, to lead the team of those who will help us unveil. He will unveil, but he will also tell us the cost of this book. I know him. He doesn't hide it. If you throw him pepper, he turns it to pepper soup. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the man who will tell us the worth financially of this book, His Excellency, Chief Nyesom Wike, the Executive Governor of Rivers State.
Your Excellency, my younger brother from different mother, Yahya Bello. My lords, the justices of Supreme Court, both serving and retired. My lord, the former president of the Court of Appeal, and serving justices of Court of Appeal that are here. My lord, the celebrant and your dear wife, learned senior advocates, chairman of today's occasion, judges of the Federal High Court, the High Court, the Customary Court of Appeal, and the Grand Caddies that are here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me correct an impression being made by the MC. He said, I came here with a large entourage. And then he mentioned the King Jaja of Opopo. For record purposes, I don't go out with traditional rulers. Before you put it on pages of newspaper, you can see the governor, he drags traditional rulers, he has no respect for them. You see how he brought the King Jaja of Opopo. I never came here with any traditional ruler. I was sitting there, somebody came and told me he's representing the King Jaja of Opobo. So please, I only came here with the former Deputy Speaker, Chibudan Muche, Senator Olaka, and the zonal chairman of my party. Only 3 people only. So that today is my first time of coming to Abuja since I lost the election. You know, I'm not like Yahya Bello, who lost, and every day is in Abuja. So, in fact, I even tried, I came second. Yeah, didn't come even 7th. And but every day they said every day is in Abuja. So, but frankly speaking, let me sincerely thank my brother, the governor of Kogi State. He's one of the youngest the youngest governors who are living the same for them. All will pray for those of them who will take over to continue to do well for Nigeria. Frankly speaking, let me thank the celebrant and also congratulate you. It's not easy to retire 70 years with good health. And so I want to, on behalf of my wife and the entire people of the state, congratulate you and your family for retiring with good health. When I was called, first of all, Raji told me I was going to be the chairman of the dinner. I said, no. There are so many big people when it comes to dinner. I will go where we will not have so many big people. And that has to do with book presentation. In that case, it has to do launching. So please, I will not bother. And even if it were dinner, it will be in the evening. And, you know, we have an injunction in my state. No governor sleeps outside. And so I don't want anybody to say I disobeyed any order. So that's why it's okay. Let me come to the one that will be held in the daytime, and then I will rush back to the state. The MC has said 5 minutes, 2 minutes. I will not. But you know, as the chief launcher or the launcher, my own is not only to talk, it's only to also say the value. So you give me extra 2 minutes. Because it will be inappropriate. I just come here, I talk about our dear brother, our dear father and friend, that's Aboki, and unveil the book, without also saying 1 or 2 things that affects this country, as affects the judiciary. Because members of the inner bar are here, justices of Supreme Court are here, justices of Court of Appeal are here, judges of other jurisdictions are here. So it will be better I use this opportunity before I unveil to just say one small thing so that we will all have at the back of our mind where we're heading to and what is expected of us. It gives me, of course, a great pleasure to be invited to be the chief unveiler, as you may call it, chief presenter, chief launcher, whatever you call it. Today's occasion pertaining to the book written in honor of one of our best legal minds, Justice Abdu Aboki, JS. I very much appreciate the honor to share the special occasion with the nation's great legal minds and other important dignitaries that are here. Honorable Justice Aboki, the man we have all gathered here to celebrate, is a consummate jurist who had left his name indelibly in the sands of time and judicial history. While judges of different social, economic, and political persuasions, Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki prides himself among the progressive rank that stands up to what is right and just, and believes that the law and the Constitution, as interpreted and enforced by the courts, must both protect and advance the unity and well-being of the nation and her citizens. So much has been said, especially in the last few days, about the celebrant, about his career, virtues, and extraordinary accomplishments of this jurist. But for me, nothing can be more befittingly honoring than this book about him, which is unique in its form, comprehensive in its contents, and highly illuminating in legal ideas and knowledge. Let me therefore commend those who took the initiative to painstakingly put these great works together and congratulate Honorable Justice Aboki for the extraordinary recognition which represents yet another glorious mark for your personality and also for the collective history of the bar and bench in Nigeria. As I've said before, these are very bad times for our country, with extreme insecurity, a collapsing economy, massive corruption, as well as political uncertainty, with democracy and the rule of law under constant threat. Without any doubt, life is becoming too unbearable for the majority of citizens, just as the signs of a failing or failed state are too glaring to be ignored. The federal government continues to undermine the rule of law, while political parties and party leaders continue to exhibit utter arrogance and disdain for the electoral laws and the democratic process in their actions and conduct. With cries of injustices, discrimination, and inequities everywhere, and with the rising instability and deterioration of law and order, only the undiscerning would believe that Nigeria is not headed for the hard rocks. Let's be frank with ourselves. The federal government has failed in its basic duties to secure the country and advance the socio-economic well-being of all citizens, which is the reason for the heightened sense of frustration, conflicts, and violence threatening to tear this country apart. As the general election approaches, as everything about Nigeria continues to wobble and tumble, Nigerians are becoming more and more apprehensive about the success of the general election and the survival of our democracy beyond 2023. However, we must neither lose hope nor give up on Nigeria, because as bad as things are, we can still trust the nation's judiciary to save our country by granting justice, equity, and equality to every citizen. Nevertheless, this is possible only when the judiciary is able to assert itself without fear or favor, upholding the truth at all times, and standing up to any other power or principality that attempts to undermine or override its constitutional responsibilities, powers, and processes. Justice could be denied, justice could be delayed, which is not acceptable, but it must never be refused or denied for the judiciary to serve as an effective watchdog of our democracy and towards the evil intentions of the enemies of the people. For me, it is given that Nigeria and our democracy will survive only if our judicial system is strong and alive. But the judiciary dies when public confidence is lost in its ability to defend the rule of law and dispense free and equal justice to all. The judiciary dies where it lies comatose and removed from the aspirations of the citizens for good governance, the rule of law, the protection of fundamental rights, and the guarantee of free and fair elections. The judiciary dies when it can easily be manipulated and intimidated and refuse to be intimidated. When the injustice is rendered in place of justice to the aggrieved parties, or when resort to self-help and other means of redress outside the law becomes the preferred norm by citizens. All said and done, effective and efficient judicial justice delivery is imperative for defending democracy, sustaining the rule of law, protecting fundamental human rights, and advancing economic development. Let us therefore continue to call on the federal government to strengthen our judiciary system by resolving the challenges militating against judicial effectiveness, as I have done in Rivers State, where we have continued to prioritize the independence of the judiciary and improve the working and living conditions of our judges beyond measure. Hello, let me say this. I found out that for you to appoint judges in states, the NJC will send a team to verify houses for the judges to be appointed, cars, whether they are ready. But it baffles me, or it baffled me when I heard late what happened later. That when NJC is appointing Supreme Court justices, they don't go and find out whether the houses are ready. They don't go and find out whether the vehicles are ready. Court of Appeal, nobody does that. But when it concerns the state, let us see where the houses are ready. Let us see where the cars are ready. That is not it. That's double standard. It's double standard. You come, am I ready? Yes. Where are the houses? Is here. Where are the vehicles? They are here. You, are you ready? Nobody talks about it. It's double standard. So, my Lord, I'm sorry, I'm using this book presentation. My Lord, the celebrant, I'm sorry. Please, let your colleagues not say, why did you call me to unveil this book? But you see, it's an opportunity so that let the whole world hear. You apply one principle here, you apply different principle in the other side. That is not fair. That is not fair. If you know you don't have houses for your own judges, don't appoint. If you know the vehicles are not ready, don't appoint. So as if I'm not ready for judges in my state to be appointed, when there are no houses to give to them, when the vehicles are not even vehicles or buying used vehicles. It's unfortunate, that's what happens. I go out to other states, I see the used vehicles they give, and then just will approve. Then when they come to my one, it must be SUV, brand new. I mean, it's double standard. It's double standard. And for people like us, we must say it out. That will come. Nobody knows the date will come. Even those who are afraid of that die first before us, because we will live long. Finally, I wish to once again congratulate my Lord Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki, JRC, for giving me this opportunity to be here and to be the Chief of Venom, and also making me come back to the headquarters, remembering that I lost election here. In fact, that's one thing I said my Lord didn't do well. If you have put this in Lagos or in Kano, I would have been happy. When I landed, and then I passed the venue, I think my Lord intentionally wanted me to remember Luko. You remember 28th, 29th of May. This was what happened to you here. But life continues. So, my Lord, I thank you very much for this opportunity, and I thank all of you. Now, having spoken for over 10 minutes, you must also back it up with something. So, for me, you see, for people who have sat down to put this together, it takes time. It takes a lot of energy, time, and resources. I don't have many faculty. We have Faculty of Law, University of Port Harcourt. I'm not buying for Nigeria, I'm buying for River State. I'm not, nobody's true. Faculty of Law, River State University, Faculty of Law, University of Port Harcourt, Ministry of Justice, and Judiciary. That's four. Okay. So my Lord will unveil this book, with the sum of 100 billion naira. But you give us 200 copies, so that you don't give us 10 copies. So we have 4, so 50-50 for each of the two universities, the Ministry of Justice and the Judiciary. We have 50-50 copies. And so, so let me invite the celebrant, my Lord, the former President of the Court of Appeal, and the Justice of Supreme Court, and other Justices of the Court of Appeal are here. My younger brother, who will soon lose the election to us. And the law school in Port Harcourt, I'll buy for them. Yes. Oh, sorry. But you are the one who caused the problem now. Sorry, sir. The MC said they wanted it because he made a mistake. I thought he would have allowed the governor to speak before the unveiling. But he said the governor will speak, then we'll go and unveil. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. If your hands are not too busy, please put them together properly for His Excellency. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was indeed a very solid foundation for this. Your Excellency's distinguished guest, one more time I want to plead that we put our hands together especially for the Executive Governor. Your Excellency, sir, you didn't buy for the government house. But should I add small thing for the government house? But thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate you for your presence and for your honor. We will do the unveiling shortly after this next speech. And this one is by another man. And I told you that we are not in a competition. But this place can reverse what happened at that election. So number 7 can come back and overtake number 2. Somebody had written that in Czech Republic, the white lion is referred to as a reward for merit, for bravery, and for leadership. It is also a sign of external wisdom. It is also a sign of eternal wisdom, of hope, and of healing. And anybody wearing that title is the advocate of well-being. Thank you very much. And the man I am bringing is the one who has always altered what is actually changes, is a game changer. Anywhere he appears, people begin to quiver. And that is why we refer to him as the leader of the new direction government. He's a leader indeed, and truly, he is the white lion. They have told me that I should play down on the many things he has done. But truly, if you go to every area in Kogi State, you will see his hand. From security to women empowerment to development to education. Recently, he unveiled a school that we thought should have been in the US, but is there in Kogi State. Your Excellencies, because of his love for books, we welcome the White Lion, His Excellency, Alhaji Dr. Yahaya Bello, the Executive Governor of Kogi State. Let us see how far he can go to upset the oil government. Please put your hands together for him.
Thank you very much. I think the mic or the media is not afraid of the white lion. I can see that the mic was misbehaving. Your Excellency, my brother, my senior brother indeed, Governor Yesem Ezenwo Wike, the performing governor of River State. I will, please, before I observe the rest of the protocol, let me sincerely appreciate my senior brother. Whenever he speaks, forget about issue of opposition. He is one man that I respect so much because he speaks the truth to authorities. And our colleagues know that it is myself and him. We are different as far as the Nigeria Governors Forum is concerned. So my senior brother, I respect you highly. The Supreme Court justices here present, both serving and past. The President of Appeal Court, serving and past here present, our celebrant, and our mother, your wife, all other protocols duly observed. I have to observe all these protocols because I'm in an environment where you can be intimidated. Seeing the Lenel silks all here present, I think I knew that situations or times like this will come. I have to now ensure that my first wife is a lawyer, so that Yesom Wike will not be intimidating me all the time. So I will apply to the NJC, Privileges and Ethics Committee, so that I can be given Junior Advocate of Nigeria. Whenever we are here like this, I will not be intimidated. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to celebrate, to appreciate our own father. I refer to him as my father, Justice Abdu Aboki, for his meritorious service to our fatherland. When I took off as an executive governor of Kogi State on 27th of January 2016, he was, and he still is, one of the few leaders in this country who invited me and taught me a lot of lessons. And he continued to guide me till date. I continue to appreciate you, my father, for the wise advice, for counseling me all through the turbulent days. I'm sure Governor Yesom Wike knows that they give me a lot of hell when I took off. That is PDP. But I was able to stabilize. But I want to assure you that the wise counsel I learned from you will continue to guide me. When I am in the midst of elders, especially those that are accomplished, particularly Justice Abdu Aboki, when I look at him, he doesn't know exactly why I'm looking at him.
I'll be admiring him, I'll be staring at him. He doesn't understand why. And sorry, I was going to say Your Excellency. My Lord, let me tell you just one of which. Today, I look at my justice, I say, has he really retired from the Supreme Court? I can't believe this. If you look at him, very energetic, even looking younger than myself. And he is very straightforward. And I used to reflect and I said, oh, I'm just starting my own political career. Not unlike my dear brother that is already retiring and giving us way, Governor Nyesom Wike. And I said, will I ever retire from politics and still be this very strong and energetic? I know sometimes I go to gym. I don't think I can beat my Lord Justice Abdu Aboki in gymming. My Lord, God Almighty will continue to bless you. And we will continue to come and learn from you. And I think Nigerians will continue to learn from you. Yesterday, I listened attentively to all the speeches from the CJN to everyone. And you did admonish Nigerians to respect leadership and pray for leaders in this country. Nigeria might seem to look as if we are moving certain direction. But indeed, no democracy will attain the highest level as we have it today in America without passing through a lot of challenges. We are passing through our own challenges this moment. And I plead with all the leaders and elders of this country to teach us well and speak well of this country, however it is, because Mr. President is doing his best to ensure that this country is guided aright. No any leader whatsoever will ever want his own regime or his reign to be characterized with crisis. Today, there are so many gains in this administration by our president, by our governors, including Governor Nyesom Wike and myself, and every leader in this country. So, sometimes we refer to this country as being stagnant. Nigeria is not stagnant. Nigeria is moving. Sometimes it may be wobbling, but we're only praying that Nigeria remain a stable country for ourselves, for Africa, and for the world indeed. I sincerely appreciate you. I cannot do what my brother has done. I wish we had just been enlisted as oil-producing state. So we are far your junior. And please permit me to launch and appreciate the good work that has been put together with a token sum of 1 billion kobo. Thank you and God bless you all.
Please put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. Some people are already pressing the calculator. I wish he had just finished it. I would have just come and called the ushers to distribute the books free. But thank you. Please, another round of applause for him. Thank you. Thank you. And very quickly, Your Excellencies, the next item on the program is the unveiling. And at this point, permit me to welcome the author and honoree for today, my Lord Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki and his wife. We'll also want to invite our special guest and the governors of Kogi and Rivers States. We'll also want to quickly invite our book reviewers and former Attorney General of the Federation, Mohammed Bello Adoke, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, to join us up here in front. Let me especially, and not leaving out our chairman for today's occasion, to lead also us to the podium there to the left for us to formally unveil the book. The celebrant and his wife, let's welcome Your Excellencies. So we'll quickly do that, and our chairman will jumpstart the process of announcement immediately after the unveiling. Your Excellencies, can we have you here, please? Celebrant and wife, please, the rest of us will remain seated. Let's welcome Didi Dodo, SAN, to join them. Professor Maxwell Gidado to join. Former Attorney General, let's have you joining. Our Royal Father, please, let's have you join as we unveil this book. Your Excellency, we are waiting for you. Didi Dodo, SAN. Sir, I know you don't like pictures. We will not take pictures. We are unveiling. We'll just unveil.
I no, just give them chance. Mama, no, you just give them. No, let him come closer.
Photographers, please, immediately after this, will allow you photo opportunities, please.
Your Excellencies, the celebrant and their wife, my lords, Justice of Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and former President and retired justices that are here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the celebrant and his dear wife, we unveil this book to the glory of the Almighty God. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, let's hold a copy each. If you can hold two, fine, but one copy is good. Just hold a copy each. Some of them, the other one is big. You can hold the small one for the sake of, if you can hold the two is good, but one is best. So we'll hold the books. It's good to smile at this point. It's good to smile. Just look at the cameraman. Cameraman, can you capture everybody or do we move? It's good to smile. Just smile. Just make sure you are not holding the book upside down. Thank you very much. Thank you. As we move to our seats, I think we can take each of the copies. But we'll need to move now as the chairman of the occasion will commence, will lead us in the purchase of the books. Our chairman and chairman of Max Air, please, we have also pledge forms. Those forms, you can fill them and return to the ushers. The cover price for the selected judgment is 50,000, so please don't write anything below 50,000. Let's approach the podium now as the chairman of the occasion. Alhaji Dairu Mangal will be leading in the We appreciate you, Your Excellencies. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Our chairman for the occasion will be leading, and then all others will follow. Remember, the cover price is 50 for the selected judgments. Please, we have pledge forms. Ask the ushers for them, fill them out, and return. Let's fill out the forms, please. Let's fill out the forms quickly, please. Your Excellencies, can we be seated, please? Distinguished guests, let's look for a place to sit, please. We are going straight into the business of the day. This is where we show support and solidarity to the author. Ushers, please, can you make forms available? Ushers. Please, those in front, can we be seated? Thank you. Thank you. Please, let's take our seats as we allow the process of purchase to continue, please. We thank His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State. We also thank His Excellency, the Governor of Kogi State. We thank all of you here. We want to begin to sell, so please, I appeal to us to go back and sit down. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing Your Excellencies, please, let's put our hands together for our chairman for today as he tells us how much this book is worth. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you. Please, let's allow our chairman to make his remarks, please. Let's be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, sir.
Yes, on behalf of Alhaji Dairu Mangal, Barawu Mangal, each copy of the book, I launched it with 10 million naira each. 10 million naira for all. 10 million naira.
Ladies and gentlemen, from our chairman, Alhaji Dairu Mangal, is launching this book for the sum of 10 million naira. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. 10 million naira. We are taking this. We have the forms, the pledge forms. Please fill them out and return. But I'll be coming to those in front to meet you soon so that we can do the launch quickly. On behalf of Chief Bayo Ojo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, there's a special announcement.
Thank you. On behalf of Chief Bayo Ojo, SAN, former Attorney General of the Federation, he's launching the book with a sum of 1 million naira.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Chief Bayo Ojo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, 10 copies for 1 million naira. We have from the Federal High Court of Nigeria, the Acting Chief Registrar, 10 copies, 500,000 naira. Ustaz Yunus, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, 1 million naira. 1 million naira. Inam Wilson Esquire, on behalf of Templars, Mr. Olumide Akpata, 10 copies of this book for the sum of 5 million naira. We have Barbados Group Limited, Al-Hassan Adoga Aliu is the company secretary. 10 copies of this book for 1 million naira. 1 million naira. President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Yakubu C. Mekiao, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. 4 copies each of the book, 500,000 naira. We have the Attorney General and Honorable Commissioner of Justice, Sokoto State, Suleiman Usman, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. 50 copies of the book for 5 million naira. 5 million naira. We have Dr. Hassan M. Liman, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. 10 copies, 500,000 naira. We have from the National Judicial Institute, 4 copies, 200,000 naira. Abba Meidama, Institute Secretary, 1 copy, 50,000 naira. Alhaji Salisu Sambajo, MFR, JP, is a businessman all the way from Kano. 4 copies of the book, 200,000 naira. Please, if you have this paper, you can just cut the bottom part, or you snap it for the account number, please. Alhaji Salisu Sambajo, MFR, 4 copies, 200,000 naira. This one. Also, we have R.A. Lawal, Rabbana and Co. 5 copies, 250,000 naira. Afe Babalola and Co. 5 copies, 500,000 naira. And Kainde Ogunwumiju, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, 5 copies, 500,000 naira. Thank you very much. We have Dr. Olukayode Ajulo, Principal Partner, Kayode Ajulo and Co., the Castle of Law. 4 copies, 250,000 naira.
They should delete the copy and hold it for their account.
Okay. Please, if you have the pledge forms, cut the base, the bottom, where the account number is, or you can print it. Barrister Nasser Ahmed, 20 copies, 100,000 naira each, at 2 million naira. Honorable Justice E. Galadima, Suleiman Galadima, 2 copies, 100,000 naira. Please, if you have picked the pledge form, just cut the base of the form, because the account number is there, or you can just snap it and please effect your transfer. The account number, please, is on the pledge form. Just cut it out and quickly do the needful. Let's especially appreciate management and staff of the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for representing our boss, Professor Ladan. Thank you. From Prince Abubakar Abdu University, the Vice Chancellor has picked 10 copies for 500,000 naira only. 500,000 naira. Please cut the base of the pledge form or you snap it so that you can do your transfers. Okay. We are still taking pledges. My Lord, thank you very much. I've announced it.
Yes, I will supply the books, sir.
Madam, he said he has paid. He said he has paid. So,
we'll bring
let them sign. Yes. Yeah. Hello, please, can you meet them to collect the book? So let them sign.
The bottom.
Meet them. Prince Abubakar Audu University, the Vice Chancellor has picked 10 copies for 500,000 naira and he has paid. Thank you very much. Thank you. His Royal Majesty King Jaja of Opobo, 3 copies at 250,000 naira. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Please, we are still expecting, if you want to make a statement, a speech for your money, please come here. Just cut or delete the bottom of the form because that is your account number. We have from Katsina State Government 10 copies at 2 million naira. Thank you very much, Katsina. We have
That's your telephone number.
Owoni Koko SAN. 4 copies at 250,000 naira. Thank you very much. Dr. Hassan M. Liman, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. 10 copies, 500,000. Kano State Judiciary. We have also the Chief Registrar here today. 30 copies, 1 million naira. Also today, distinguished guests, Muhammad A. Sabo, 1 copy. I think it's 100,000 you intend to write. Come and balance the rest. We have Justice Aminu Eri. My Lord, you're welcome. 1 copy, 50,000 naira. We have Alhaji Salisu Sambajo MFR JP, 4 copies, 200,000 naira. Thank you. Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Cross River State, 5 copies. 250,000 naira. MB Adoki, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, 10 copies, 500,000 naira. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you, River State. Thank you, Cross River State. We appreciate you for your contributions. We are still taking contributions. Don't leave here without the book. And please don't buy the book in black market. Abdu Anuga, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, 1 copy for 100,000 naira. Kano State House of Assembly, all members and the Speaker, Right Honorable Hamisu Ibrahim Chidari, 10 copies, 500,000 naira. Attorney General Sokoto State, Suleiman Usman, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, 50 copies, 5 million. Honorable Justice Galadima, 3 sets of the book at 100,000. Barbados Group Limited, Al Hassan Adoga Aliu, Company Secretary, 10 copies, 1 million. Please, we are still taking. If you need a pledge form, you can come and collect. If you need a pledge form, please come and collect here.
The chairman declared 10 copies.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, I will advise that you remain seated and not leave because the celebrant, the honoree today, will be making a speech in a short while. Right now he's taking pictures. Please don't take a picture and leave. You need to stay behind so you can hear his voice. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, photographers, all pictures suspended. Photographers, all pictures suspended. We want to invite the celebrant, the author, the honoree, our father, my Lord, to come and deliver his response. Please put your hands together for him as my Lord comes over to deliver his own response. Please, photographers, thank you very much, sir, my Lord. Thank you. Let's allow me, Lord. Please, let's be seated. Let's be seated. My Lord, we want to deliver his response. This is one judgment you want to hear.
My brother, Justice of the Supreme Court, serving and retired, heads of the various courts that grace this occasion, learned senior advocates of Nigeria, our Royal Highnesses, my good friends and brothers, their excellencies, the governors of Rivers and Kogi State, I thank you very much for gracing this occasion. I'm overwhelmed by the presence of the people who gathered here this morning and the contribution made by individuals I thank you very much. I also thank the contributors of these books and the book reviewers for a job well done. May the Almighty God return you all back to our destination safely, and may Almighty God reward you abundantly. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for him. Please, just before we go, I want to remind you that we are still collecting. These books must be sold and taken home today. We have two quick things. We'll take a vote of thanks, we'll take a closing prayer, and then I'll tell you where you go and eat. If you are not here, you may not get that announcement.
I've taken it. The money will be paid now.
All right, we want to specially appreciate Nureni Jimo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, 10 copies, 500,000 naira. Thank you. Let me therefore invite Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Usman Sule, to help us with the vote of thanks. Please put your hands together for him as we take the vote of thanks very quickly.
Well, my task here is very simple. May I adopt the existing protocol, sir? One house, please. I have a singular honor and pleasure to thank you, our guests, who came from far and wide. The crowd here today shows the quality of Baba Aboki. Honorable Justice Abdu Aboki, JSC retired now. We pray for your God's guardians taking you back home safely to all your destination. I will thank you. We cannot thank you enough for coming for this occasion. May Almighty Allah bless all of you and safe journey back to your various destination. Thank you, and thank you so much. We are grateful.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end, but before we formally leave this place, let's be on our feet as we honor Nigeria once more by taking the national anthem to seal the success of today's outing. Can we be on our feet as we honor Nigeria with the national anthem? Our sound people, can we take the national anthem now? Thank you very much. God bless you. If you want to live long, read books. If you want to be rich, write books. Make sure you have friends who can launch. Thank you very much. My name is Ben 200, half human, half amazing. It's an honor being your MC for today. Thank you. God bless you.